Hanging in there backstage with Dustin Lynch, CMA Awards. This is a good time to reflect CMA Awards week.
Yes.
Right? Like the year that has been. It's been a heck of a year for you, man.
This is a great week for that.
Yeah.
It's good to remind yourself of how many people make this world go round and how many songs have become a soundtrack of our lives. You know, that's what I love about the CMA week. You get reminded of the year, kind of all in a flash, and get to celebrate those big wins for everybody.
What about some highlights for you for 2024 so far?
My favorite year of touring ever.
Yeah,
without a doubt. And I think that's because of the people around me. You know, my touring family. We're just nailing it right now, man. We're firing on all cylinders. The band's incredible. My crew's incredible. We're all just having fun doing what we love.
What a great thing to discover.
Yeah.
Like, you've been doing it for a little while, and to be
sure.
having more fun now than you were 5-6 years
Without
ago.
a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. And I think too, you know, it's we've hit that point now where we kind of have to figure out what songs to kick out that people know to get new stuff in, and that's a cool spot to be in.
It's a nice problem to have. We play you a lot on the radio. You're on the radio a lot. You already know that. Stars Like Confetti. You do you feel like you found your lane?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we did find it, and then I'm scared to do the same thing too much, you know, but then I realized, hold up, you know, that's kind of what people want from us and expect from us. So it kind of just narrowing down how far left and right we paint, you know, these days. I don't know where the next record goes. I'm inspired right now. I've got a lot of great songs. I know that. And in my folder, I'm just going to get in the studio and start recording them.
Inspired's a good place to be, man.
Yeah.
That's a good place to be. Chevrolet, is that giving you inspiration? Because a lot of people that I know who aren't diehard country fans heard that song and they're like, man, I like what's happening in the world of country music. And they were attracted and brought in because of the success of that song.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously familiar melody for folks that know Drift Away, but the younger generation, some of my close friends that are younger, I've never heard of Drift Away, you know, so Chevrolet kind of brought that melody into their, you know, atmosphere and stratosphere, whatever you want to call it, and universe. And we get to carry that torch on the next decade. It's been around for 3-4 decades already. We get to carry that on. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm inspired. I think, you know, as albums go, there's certain songs on albums that reach me into what's next. And I think Honky Tonk Heartbreaker is a song on It Killed the Cowboy album. That's the bridge into what I want to do next. I want to continue to record music that's fun to play at shows and makes a guy want to grab a girl and dance with him.
Is that the driver? Like knowing that you put yourself in the position of, I wonder what this is going to be like to sing on stage?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think that's why our shows have become so much more fun than maybe early on. Just because I keep that in mind as we record. And I like
some of the heartache and angst and, you know, devastation too, though. Don't forget about that.
We got that.
Yeah, I know.
Got that.
I
mean, we got Mama's House in there. That's
a
huge moment in our show, and it kind of checks that box. So it's like, you know, how and Love Me or Leave Me Alone is another one too.
Well, your voice, you can emote so well with your voice.
Thank you. Yeah, but you know, overall, the overarching thing, what I want people to know is when we come through town, it's going to be a fun party, and well, people leave there with a smile on their face.
I've talked to your friend Madeline Merlot quite a bit over the last little while. She's, you know, backing vocals on Chevrolet and also Broken Heart Day.
Yeah.
And she told me a little bit about how she was putting that together and, you know, the duet of it all. And she's like, she just like gushed about your voice. Just like you have one of her favorite voices, and she's got a pretty great instrument herself. Right?
Oh my gosh.
So
it's crazy good.
Yeah. She's like, I want Dustin on this.
There's you know, we discovered, I think just through trial that there's blends of voices that just work, kind of go hand in hand and they complement each other and you know, her vocal and my vocal for whatever reason have a little magic to it.
Yeah.
We've done a song we haven't released yet. That's my favorite piece of music I think I've ever been a part of.
Okay.
And driving in this morning, I'm like, we got to put that out. So it's just kind of sitting there in the folder.
We don't know, like you can't tell me what it's called or anything?
No, not yet, but I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I don't know, you know, timing things out and releasing things, but we'll get around to that. And yeah,
that's a crazy thing about the business. The stuff that's sitting on hard drives. It drives you
literally.
Crazy.
Me and my producer always go, it's sitting right there.
Yeah,
like there it is in the folder, and we can't just put it out.
Yeah,
because we've had, you know, other artists sing on songs in the past that we haven't been able to release, and it's like it's right there. All we got to, you know, but you have
oops.
Yeah, it's like you have all the labels involved and all that.
Yeah.
All that gets messy.
Do you remember the first album you ever bought? Your first piece of music you ever bought with your own money?
Yeah, I do. It was a CD, DC Talk. It was a band.
Yeah.
Christian rock band. And the same trip to the record store, I got to buy Bone Thugs and Harmony.
But you do have range, man. You do have range.
I love Toronto, man. It's one of my favorite places.
Is it? Yeah. You have a lot of favorite places, man. You just look. I think a lot of people's favorite place to be is where you are.
Hey,
they're
well,
like
thanks.
Bailey Zimmerman backstage at the CMA Awards. Pleasure to meet you in person, man.
Yeah, dude, finally.
Your energy it's infectious. It's infectious whether we're doing a phone or a Zoom interview or just now in person here. And I'm sure you hear that a lot. Does it make you think like either my energy is really, really high or just everybody else is way too chill?
Well, I've had ADHD my whole life.
Yeah, okay.
Since I was a kid. I've been
Most of the people I work with have.
Yeah. So I think mine's just a little more. And somehow by the grace of God, I just have like unlimited energy. But sometimes I crash out too, where I just like sleep for a long time. But I always said people are normal. I'm not normal.
Yeah.
I somehow have a lot of energy. Yeah.
Well, the music biz is songwriting in particular is such a specific craft. How have you been able to channel your specific energy into fine tuning it so well? I mean, out of the gate, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't take any of the glory, man. I give it all to God. I always say I'm not meant to be here, dude. I don't deserve to be here. I've done nothing to deserve to be here, and it's like,
well, none of us chose it. We're just here.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I just kind of. I think it was the opportunity.
Yeah.
I never had an opportunity to do something that I had so much fun doing and make money from it too. Like be able to pay my bills and stuff. Like so, when we released my first song, it was almost just this opportunity to like really dive in. And when I got to quit my job and they were like, write songs every day. And I was like, perfect. Yeah. Easy. Yeah. Done. So we would just go in and just write for hours and hours and hours. And I just was so addicted to it. Like I still, every morning I get up, I see a guitar, got to play it, got to try to write something, got to have an idea all the time. It's just like, I just love it so much. So I don't know.
I love it.
Having so much time every single day to dial that in. I think that's what helped.
We don't have any time whatsoever here. You're going to get pulled away in a second. Highlight of 2020.
Highlight of 2024. I got to take the year kind of for myself. I toured a lot. I did a lot of insane things. Too many to say, too many to count. But one of my biggest highlights for me personally was the fact that I got to chill out and focus on my relationship with God, focus on my relationship with me and my family, and making sure that I'm doing everything for the right reasons and not getting off the ground, you know. And that was a really big thing for me this year. And I feel like coming into the CMAs, coming into next year, I'm really, really ready to kind of get back to releasing a lot of music and doing a lot more stuff. So yeah, it was nice to take a little bit of time from all the insanity the last 3 years and just hang out. You know?
We were out for dinner with your songwriter Brad Rempel last night.
Oh, the man.
Yeah. Let's hit it with single again right now. This is this is not the first number one, but this certainly feels like a bit of a sea change in your career.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool to see it growing at radio. Obviously, just went number one up in Canada, which is incredible, and then now seeing it in the US growing. So I'm just happy it's a true song. It's a real song. It came from a real place, and I wrote with some people that I really love. Brad's a great guy, and Joe Fox I also wrote with. So it's been great.
I've talked to you about it a few times on the radio. We love the story about somebody coming up to you and saying that they wore a Single Again hat.
Yeah.
Tell me that story again if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, no, I've had people that came to the show and said that they were wearing a Single Again hat and they went home and broke up with their partner and they were wearing a hat that said Single.
They kind of forgot the partner's a little sensitive. Maybe not the first time there's been some questionable behavior in the relationship.
It's an interesting way to do it. I mean, but to each their own, and
right.
It wasn't necessarily the way I intended to write the song for people to do, but it's great. No, it's good.
Using this opportunity here at the CMAs to take stock of the last year and then look forward to what's coming up. So 2024, just sum up some of the highlights for me.
I think we, not being biased, I think on the road we maybe worked the hardest. We played probably close to 170 shows plus traveling, whether that be we do Canada, UK, Australia, US. So it's been a true year of not being home. So very, very proud of that and wrapping that up. And then now for me, like November, December is very much like, let's write, let's record and see what the top of next year is going to look like. So looking forward to re-exploring the songwriting and production. I feel like we've played a lot of shows and a lot of that was old material that was from another chapter of my life, which I really appreciate that chapter. But Also looking forward to like how I'm feeling now versus I was.
Is it like just a real sense of excitement? You're like, look, there's what we did. We built a foundation. We got the foundation out there.
Yeah.
As evidenced by the fact that you're going on tour with Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
I mean, you get like we'll talk about that in a sec, but you've got the foundation. Now you get to build up.
Yeah, I think like whether it be in Canada, the US, like the US stuff for me was this year, let's go do the headline tour. And, you know, we probably sold 75, 80% of the show, which was more than that town. And then like you said, building that foundation. And now it's like, okay, let's regroup, get the material that I really believe in right now and go start racing that topic next year and let's do it again.
You said that you were happy that Single Again, especially proud that it came from a real place. That's something now that you're going to kind of want to keep. You know, something a personal connection to songs has to be in there.
Yeah, I think every song that I've put out, either came from my own life experience or somebody around me. And I was actually just talking about this, that, you know, songwriting is a really interesting thing because to me, there's two versions of songwriting. There's songwriting with like the truthness and what's going on in your life, and then there's storytelling. Yeah. Some people are really good storytellers and like almost it's like, you know, not real, but they can like make it feel real. I'm somebody that kind of has to write what's actually going on. I'll probably always continue to do that.
I like that delineation. It's kind of like the people that have to be method actors. They have to remember a trauma in order to prior the people who just know how to play.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit.
Yeah,
that's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Getting the call from Jelly Rolls people, man. I mean, everybody's excited already. They're kind of like, I get to go see Jelly Roll in Canada. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I get Josh Ross as well.
Yeah, 60 minutes. It's been great.
It's incredible.
Yeah, no, I mean, such an opportunity. Obviously, with all the success in Canada, very, very lucky. And we weren't sure like when we were going to come back to Canada, so I'm really looking forward to getting there, getting to play like, you know, full 60-minute set in arenas with a lot of people. So I think most of the shows are so well.
It's so great. Yeah. The first album you ever bought, you remember?
Guitar Town, Steve Earle.
It's legit.
Yeah,
right there. How come?
He was my like reason for country music. I fell in love with whether it be Guitar Town, Devil's Right Hand, and Pop Red Road were like my first few favorite country songs that I ever learned and loved.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like being here as a legitimate member of the North American country music community.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, but I feel it's always felt home.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to be here and see familiar faces, and it's like a reunion. It's good.